Welcome those that are hopping on. It looks like we have one on already. Surprise live training for you guys. I brought in one of our clients in the six-figure accelerator program, Andre, to share a little bit about his story and his success early on in the program. So we'll talk more on that here in a second. For now, we're going to wait just a little bit to see who all hops on. So if you are watching live, drop your hashtag live below and let us know. And if you're watching the replay, drop a hashtag replay below and let us know. And for us to be able to see who is commenting what, all you guys have to do is go to chat.restream.io/Facebook, put in your name there, and then we'll be able to see on here who's commenting. That way at the end, we can open up to any questions and see who's asking them. For those that don't go to that link, you can still comment. We just won't be able to see your name. So I know that there's people on here now ready for us to get started. Just drop a hashtag live below and let us know. And we're going to get started here real soon. And for those of you watching, last time we did a stream here in the group when I had another guest on, we actually dropped the live drop stream about midway through. So if for some reason that does happen, whoever's watching, if you could just let me know, even put a post in the group up, letting me know, that way I can see when it does happen. I'll keep my phone pulled up. If we need to reinitiate the stream, we can. So with that said, we will dive right in. I'm sure there'll be more of you guys joining on here shortly, but we'll get started. So Andre, thanks for joining me, man. It's great to have you here. In this live today, it's gonna be more of an interview / training where we talk about, number one, where to put your focus in your business to create that next level of growth. And the reason I wanted to bring Andre into this group is because of the success that he's been able to achieve in a very short period of time of joining our six-figure accelerator program. He's done 9K in total sales volume in just his first 3 weeks of joining. He actually just completed his first month in. No, I told him before the live, normally I don't bring clients in this early for a success interview or for a training. But I wanted you all to kind of hear his story, where he's gone throughout his time online, and ultimately what led to the breakthroughs that he made throughout his time early on in the six-figure accelerator program. So with that said, we're going to kick things off here, and I will let Andre briefly introduce himself and let us know a little bit about who he serves and kind of what he offers online.
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure being here in your group and sharing my experience with your program. Basically, I'm an affiliate marketer. I started mid-2019. I started researching about affiliate marketing. And things really started beginning of 2020. So during the first few months, I was just researching, trying to find the best way to start online. So almost people start is search how to make money online in Google and try to find a way to make money online. What made me start with affiliate marketing was I was working as an IT consultant and I had a very stressful job. So I was working 60 to 70 hours a week. And the high stress levels led me to health issues. And with those health problems, I started reflecting if it was worth it to stay in that job or try to find something else to do and find an alternative. So that was what made me jump online. And I started researching and found affiliate marketing. So basically what I do is I've been doing affiliate marketing since mid-2019. I help affiliates getting started. I promote high-ticket products, digital products. So that's what I do basically.
Awesome, man. Thanks for sharing that with us. So when you were getting started, like prior to even discovering affiliate marketing, did you go to any other opportunities online to make money, or was it kind of just going into affiliate marketing right away and sticking with that?
I searched a lot of stuff on YouTube. I tried Forex for a bit, for like a month. I started studying Forex, but after 1 month, I realized this is not for me. So that was when then I started following guys like Brian Brewer. You guys probably know who he is, from Legendary Marketer, one of the top affiliates. Brian Brewer was the guy that really I started following him and I started seeing what he was doing. So I joined Legendary through him. I started using ClickFunnels through him. So that's where I really started affiliate marketing, and I didn't look anywhere else after that.
That's honestly a really good place to start. It helped alleviate some headaches. At least he's a good guy, and that's a great way to kick off your journey online with affiliate marketing.
Yeah.
When you got started, was it low ticket at first, or did you kind of go into high ticket right away?
Mostly low ticket. So I started by promoting Legendary. I got a few low ticket sales. No one upgraded. Then I joined the Done For You system, Blake's program. You guys probably are familiar with that too. I started promoting the low ticket products there too. Got some sales, got some results, but I started realizing that selling low ticket stuff was not getting me to a good number in the end of the month. So I was making $7, $37 sales, but it wasn't adding up until making 1K, 2K, 3K per month. So that was when I started trying to promote BPP, so Blake's program, as an affiliate, and that was a good offer because it paid 500 per sale. So I started promoting that, started getting some results with that, and I realized the power of iTicket there.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I was a part of that program early on too. So kind of like talking a little bit about, let's even talk early on at that time. Like, do you remember working to make that first sale? Like, was that first sale one of the lower ticket purchases, like a 7 or 37 sale?
Yeah, my first sale was a Legendary sale, so it was a $7 sale. Yeah, I started with Facebook, so I've always been on Facebook. I tried a bit of Instagram, but nothing substantial. I focused on Facebook since the beginning, and the way I was making sales, even the Blake's program sales, was everything by messaging people. I was messenger all day, so I was spending a lot of time to make sales, but I was getting results.
That's awesome. How many, like, if you had to say a rough estimate, how many conversations would you say you're having a day?
I was adding like 30, 50 people a day, and everyone that accepted, I was messaging them. So I was constantly adding friends. That was my top priority when at that time was always adding friends and messaging the people that accepted. I was not producing good content. That was not my focus. My focus was just talking with people and trying to bring people to the offer if it was a good fit for them.
Which kind of 100% work, like you've probably experienced, just takes a little bit more effort to do it and more volume to do it.
Yeah.
So kind of like fast forwarding from that point so from low ticket, those first initial sales, you've been on Facebook the whole time, then you integrated into high ticket affiliate marketing. And what happened at that point?
I started making good results with iTicket, and the good thing about the Blake's program was it had a webinar that converted very well. So my goal was to send people to the webinar, and the webinar made the heavy lifting for me. So I was making good sales. There was 1 month I made 10 iTicket sales for that program. So I made 5K in that month. So this was before SAA. I was making good amount of sales, and then what happened in July 2020 was my Facebook account was shut down. And when that happened, I started reflecting and thinking, okay, I basically lost everything because I'm not building any assets, I'm not building an audience, and I'm just cold messaging people. So that was when I realized the power of having an audience and an asset. And that was when I joined SAA, because I've been following guys like you and other affiliates in SAA that were crushing it. And I saw that SAA could give me those skills to start building my audience.
That's awesome. I didn't realize your Facebook account got shut down too. At that time, did you decide to layer in like any new channels, or was it at that time that you started your Facebook group just to kind of help build that audience a little bit separately?
I had a Facebook group, but I was not paying attention to it. So it had a few hundred members, but I was not posting content. It was basically dead. So I was not leveraging that and not building my audience. And when I saw people from SAA, a lot of people getting results and a lot of people learning those skills and implementing those skills, I started realizing that probably SAA was a good next step for me, because it was focused on iTicket, which was the thing I realized I should focus on. And it could help me improve not only my sales skills in Messenger, but also building my audience and leveraging that audience to make more sales.
100%. And it honestly brings up an interesting topic with the Facebook account being disabled. Like that happened to me recently. And I think, especially for those that are like beginners in this group at the beginning stages working to build their audience, it can kind of be a double-edged sword, because you have the one side of things where it's always best to narrow your focus to one platform in the beginning and really understand that platform and make that platform work for you without spreading yourself too thin. But at the same time, it's still important to have some sort of long-term plan in place so you're not just relying on that one platform.
Yeah, and in my case,
Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead. In my case, my account was shut down completely, so it was not possible to get my account back. So I needed to start a new one.
Which that happens too. Thankfully, it doesn't take too long to build up a new account. Obviously, it does take some time, and you can't add hundreds and hundreds of friends a day, but doesn't take too long to do for those who've ever dealt with it. But I think those solely focused on Facebook organic, that's why it can be a very strong idea to consider opening up a Facebook group where you're at least building that audience separately, like we have here. You have some email addresses, you have a separate location that's external just from your profile.
Yeah, and you don't lose the Facebook group. I had the group created, but I was not using it, but the group stayed there because I had my girlfriend as an admin in the group, so the group stayed there.
Yep, that's the key. For those of you with the group, make sure you have a separate admin just in case that happens.
Yeah.
So now that we've kind of gotten up to the point, so you integrated high ticket, you're starting to get things moving further. You said your first 5K month?
Yeah.
So that kind of leads us to the point shortly before basically joining Six Figure Accelerator, right?
So around June last year, I had my first 5K month. Then my account got shut down. I joined SAA, been implementing what I learned in SAA, and I was having good results from SAA. Good income. If we consider where I live in Portugal. My income in my job was 1K a month. That's the salaries we have here in Portugal. And I was making 3, 4K, 5K from IT affiliate marketing. So I was able to quit my job and do this full time. And fast forward until May this year, so last month, it was when I started looking at your program and seeing what you were doing. What led me to decide to jump in was the fact that I was getting those good results, but I was not being able to scale to where I want to go, which is 10K a month. I was seeing a lot of people being able to scale fast and faster, and I was getting stuck at that point, and it was like a ceiling. I was not getting past that. And when I saw your interview with Justice, I started realizing some stuff I was missing. One of the things I was still after joining SAA, one of the mistakes I was making was still focusing too much on cold outreach, and you helped me realize that I should shift my focus to my audience, to the people that trust me, and extract those people and get easier conversions with the frameworks you teach of the 15-minute call, 30-minute call. So all those frameworks, and what you helped me realize was my audience. With my audience, I can generate much easier conversions than relying on cold outreach. That was the first big takeaway from your program. The second one was tracking my numbers. And there was a sentence you said on that Live with Justice that really, it was like a light bulb moment for me. It was, you said something like, you can get to 5K a month without knowing your numbers, but usually people don't get past that. And that's what made me realize that I should listen to you, and I should talk with you to see if you can help me get to that 10K mark. So that was when I reached out to you, and we had our call.
That's a good memory on that. Actually, now I remember saying, I think I said you can get to 5K a month by guessing, but you can't get beyond that without knowing your numbers, which to me is 100% the truth. Like, it's like, before I even dive into it further, I wanted to hear a little bit about, like, when you're at that point, 5K months, you were getting solid results, feeling good. When you felt like you couldn't break past that 5K point, what was kind of going through your head? What did you feel if you had to look back at that time?
I felt like something was missing. I felt like I knew the process and I knew what I was doing, but there was something missing that I couldn't figure it out. And your interview with Justice, and plus your content is amazing, and I've been reading your posts for almost 1 year. that made me realize those pieces I was missing. First, the not knowing my numbers, and the other one was focusing so much on cold people. I was building my audience, but I was not doing posts in order to extract those people from my audience. That was one of the things that was missing. I looked back before joining your program, and in 1 month I made one lead gen post, which is not enough.
No, 100%. That's a super strong takeaway. Like, especially guys at your level where you have that foundational results, you're starting to get things off the ground, you're doing solid. In order to break past that point, numbers are needed. And exactly like you said, shifting the focus away from the cold outreach and more towards the audience that you have trust with is going to be the easiest way to create wins and ultimately achieve that next level of growth. And we talked about that with Justice as well. It was kind of the same boat with him, where he was getting results, but it was because he was taking so much action in Messenger, and that was taking up a lot of his time, and it was working, but it wasn't really controllable, and it did require a lot of time to do it.
Yeah, I was spending a lot of hours in Messenger. Now, after joining your program, I feel like I have too much time. I spend much less time on Messenger, and I have calls. So calls were something that I was not doing consistently. I was doing a call here and there, but I was closing mostly through Messenger. And now with calls, I feel like I have much more time, because I can jump on 15-minute calls, qualify people, and if they are not a good fit, I'm not spending 1 hour or 2 hours in Messenger talking with them to see if they are a good fit.
That's an interesting topic too, you bringing that up, because I feel like a lot of people in this group and everywhere, they look at calls like it takes so much time to do. And in our program, the only strategy we teach is not just calls. We teach how to close without calls as well. But the way I look at it is, if you prefer to have a little bit longer conversations in Messenger to close the sale, you can do that. But if you want to close in Messenger, your content has to be super, super dialed in to the point where once that person enters the Messenger conversation, they know what's coming. They're pre-qualified and they know what to expect. Otherwise, you're going to be spending, like you said, hours of time taking the conversation from top to bottom, going through qualification questions. And 9 times out of 10, it usually comes off a little bit more pushy and salesy to the other person, and it's harder to close the deal, which means more volume.
Yeah, and the ghosts are annoying. It comes to a point, and I was so tired of Messenger and so tired of people ghosting me, and spending so much time talking with someone and trying to see if I can help them, and then they ghost you. That's frustrating. And on the call, people can't ghost you. They are there, so they will respond to your questions. So it's a different dynamic.
100%. And then, like you said too, like with calls, the biggest thing for those that do integrate it, like if you're not used to doing them, it's going to feel a little bit uncomfortable at first because it's new. But at the end of the day, on the positive side, you're able to shortcut that whole conversation. You're able to actually connect with that person, and you're able to build a lot higher levels of trust in a much shorter period of time.
Yeah, that's something I'm noticing, is people trusting me more because I'm doing calls. If it is just Messenger, and I was not sending even voice messages too much, so it was just messages, and it's hard for people to trust you and to buy something from you just with messages. And now with calls, I feel like people trust me more, and even if they don't buy, they keep consuming my content, and they trust me, and they send me messages asking me questions, and they see me as someone that can help them even if they don't buy today.
100%. And like looking at the big picture with you, like obviously training helped, coaching helped immensely for you, but at the end of the day, the reason you got the results you had when you joined the program and you got the results you got after joining was because of the action that you take. And that's a phrase I feel like that's sometimes overused in this space, but honestly overlooked as well, because there's not enough action being taken by many people, and that's what's really holding them back from achieving the results they want. So I'm curious from you, once you joined 6FA and you said, Blake, I want to jump in, at that point, what was the one piece of action that you took that you felt led to that initial sale right away?
It was putting up a lead gen post. So I was not doing lead gen posts at all, or too little, a few here and there. I put up a lead gen post. I started following your 2 step script to book 15-minute calls. So I started booking calls right away because I trusted the process you had there, and I started implementing that process. And with practice, I will get better and better and better. And I know if I take action, I I will get better at the process, so I need to start ASAP. So that's what I did. I put up a lead gen post, I booked a 15-minute call, that transitioned into a 30-minute call, and a closed sale.
That's awesome, man. And I think like big takeaway of this for everybody watching, like you were aware of where you were at. You knew what you had down, what you needed. And the same applies for anybody else watching here. If you feel stuck in your business, the best thing you can do is number one, that's why it's a benefit to track your numbers, because you can look at them and say, okay, I'm doing this well, but I'm falling short on this. And you're able to identify the bottleneck. But at the end of the day, big picture, if you're in the beginning stages and you're just building your audience, your focus in that beginning phase is awareness and building that audience. For Andre, when he joined, since he was a little bit more intermediate, he had some sales under his belt, he was doing well, he had an audience built up. For him, it was more focused on that next step and generating more sales opportunities and more qualified sales opportunities. So he did the work. He started to build his audience before joining, and then he was able to start to extract members from his audience and make sales happen a lot easier after doing that.
Yeah, as I said, I started SAA in July last year, and I've been building my audience since then. So 1 year of building an audience, and with the right frameworks and the right strategies to extract money from that audience and sales, it was easier, of course. But for someone just starting, it will take more time.
Just curious too of your opinion on this, what do you feel like stops most people? You see some people joining other programs, maybe they started at the same time as you, and then like you just said, you posted for a year straight. And I'm a firm believer that any platform you guys are on, if you pick one platform and you publish consistently for a year straight, your life will change. You'll get more comfortable with content. You'll be willing to step outside your comfort zone. You'll have an audience to sell to, and everything else will become easier. Obviously, it should be quicker than that, but if you did it for a year straight, your life would change just by publishing. And I think like for the people that you see that join a program, they start to publish for maybe 6 months, and then you look a year later and they're completely gone. Like their profile is gone. What do you think leads to at that point? Like, what do you think drives that decision?
I think most people don't have a strong why. For me, what drove me to take so much action and to do whatever it takes was the health issues I had and the pain I was having from my job. So that made me take action and go all in and never look back. And that was a strong why, and it still is, because I never want to get back to a job and go through what I went through. And a lot of people get into this without knowing their why or without having a strong reason to do it. And most of them, that's why they don't stick to it. They try for 6 months or for 3 months, they don't see results and they disappear.
I couldn't agree more with that. I definitely, that's a huge aspect of it. I think like overall, like it really comes down to raising your standards on what you want for yourself. And I think a lot of times it's easy to get comfortable in learning mode and not actually taking action. But I think much like me, you have that strong balance of always looking to grow and learn more knowledge, but at the same time, knowing that without taking action while doing that, you're not going to advance.
Yeah, knowledge without action is useless. So
100%. Awesome, man. Well, I appreciate you sharing your story with the group here. Any advice you have for anybody, both at your point at that mark where they're at 5K, maybe feeling stuck, and also at the beginning stages point?
Focus on developing your skills and invest in yourself. That's the best thing you can do. Because, as I said, in my beginning stages, I was trying to figure out everything on YouTube, buying low-ticket stuff, and I got nowhere. It was when I started investing and started putting some skin in the game that things really started to work, and I started getting results. So if you are looking to start an online business, invest in yourself, but look for something that teaches you the skills that you need, not a done-for-you system, which for me, it got me results, but I see so many people getting stuck in done-for-you systems. And there are a lot of done-for-you systems that don't teach you anything, and that you just get the system, you put the link, and they sell you that you are going to get sales that way. That's not the reality. You need skills, and focus on developing those skills from the beginning, and find a coach or a mentor to help you with that. Coaching and mentorship was the other thing that really helped me. accelerate my results, because I have someone that I can go to ask any questions or to ask for help if I get stuck. So that makes a huge difference also. So if you are starting, focus on developing your skill set and avoid the traps or of getting rich quick and quick results, and focus on the skills, invest in yourself, and look for a coach or a mentor. If you are at 5K like I was, and you feel stuck, try to find someone that is a level above you, that is doing what you want to do, and see if they can help you. So Blake is some perfect example of someone that can really help you get to the next level.
That's well said, man. I appreciate the words. With like what on that exact topic, what when you realized, like you said before, you knew that you had a bottleneck with where you're at with your business, stuck at 5K. You knew roughly what was causing it. You knew you needed to track your numbers. You knew you needed to focus more on the audience you built. What made you decide to pay to join this coaching program and work with us versus just going and figuring that out on your own, even though you knew what you needed to do?
Because investing in myself can always accelerate my results. So if I was going to try everything by myself, for example, the frameworks of the 15-minute call, the 30-minute call, how to book calls from Messenger, how to make a good lead gen post, how to create a good lead magnet. So all those skills need to be learned. And if I was to try to figure out everything by myself, it would take much more time to get there than it's taking now with investing in myself. So it can really shortcut the success, learning from someone that is already there.
Speed, 100%. That's the same reason I put the money I did in my business that initial year too, because it gives you speed. Even though I knew at the end of the day I could figure it out eventually, which I'm sure you did too, it's not worth the headaches and the long-term grind of trying to put all the pieces together to the point where you could get where you feel like maybe you want to go back to going to your job, whatever it is. You start to get discouraged when you don't see the results that you want with the work that you're putting in. But when you have a proven system to follow, that goes away. Awesome takeaways,
totally
man.
agree.
We'll see if anybody's still. I think we still have one person on right now. So for whoever is watching, if you have any questions here towards the end, feel free to drop them below, and we're happy to answer those questions for you.
Probably it's me, because I have the comments here on my phone, so probably it's me.
So as we wrap up here, for those of you that haven't seen the price of the 6FA coaching program, the six-figure accelerator that Andre is in, that he's joined the program, generated $9K in total sales in his first 3 weeks. The price of that program is going up by $1,000 at the end of this month. So for those of you watching this live that want to learn more about how we can support you in growing your business, whether you're at the 5K mark, whether you're at 1 to 2K, or whether you're at 10K, feel free to comment below. I'll also link below a link for you to apply for a call, and we can chat with a member on my team and see if it's a good fit to work together and save you some money in doing it. So again, I appreciate you joining, Andre. It was great to hear your story, and I'm sure everybody in the group got a lot of value from it.
Thank you so much for inviting me. And if you guys watch the replay and you have any questions for me, feel free to drop the questions and I will check it out after the live.
100%. And again, he's only just over 1 month into the program. So I've got a strong feeling I'm definitely going to be bringing him back here in a couple months, because I'm sure he's going to be having results even greater than what he already achieved in his first month. But he had too good of results for me not to share with you guys. And I knew that each of you would get value from his story. So thanks again for those that joined today.